So I'm at XYZ Machine Tools and I'm going to talk to Mike Corbett about the new range of TMC machines. If you've seen this guy on camera before, you'll know how informative this interview is going to be. Mike, just tell us briefly about the TMC range, and it's not replacing anything, but what it's sort of bridging the gap from.
No, you're right, Paul. It's not replacing anything. It's opened up a new sector in the market for people that are trying to be efficient, trying to offer something that we don't think is already on the market, something that can still be used manually, can be used as a tool changing machine. It just really is a unique product in the market. Okay, so we're going to walk in this interview up through all of the models available. I must tell you at this point, there's a series of events happening at XYZ on the 15th, 16th and 17th of November. We'll put the details on the screen where you can see all of these machines in action. Mike, it's important to say at this stage that the Prototrack machine has been hugely popular for you since 1993. Absolutely,
and what we've got here now is that, but it's enclosed, it's got a tool changer, but it's the same control.
Yeah, it is. Obviously Prototrack, as you say, Paul, has been around since the early 90s. It's morphed into having more features on it, better benefits on it. Even things like adaptive machining now is available on the Prototrack. But people still love its friendliness, it's easy to use, it's conversational programming. Somebody can be trained in a day to be able to use a Prototrack.
Okay, and now that's the same for this, because the control that's on that machine is now on here, and I'm reliably told that if you had a program from there, you could put it straight through here and run it.
Even from the very, very early days, Paul, right back to MX3, you can take that program and put it in here and it will run. So even the boys with the older machines, they can still run programs on here.
Okay, so this is the smallest machine. This is
the 500, the smallest one.
And then we go up to the 750, and we'll move on because Mark's writing a program, we're doing a program, then we'll move on to the 1000 general meter machine. But let's stop at the 1600, Mike, because this is I think what people do like to see on camera. They like to see the size that the range goes to. Now, this is a big machine. The 1600 denotes the x-axis, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. All the sizes denote the x-axis traverse that you've got, 500, 750,000, and like you say, the 1600.
So if you took the Prototrack machine and then you spoke about the TMC, what are the fundamental differences or the benefits to those differences? Now you've got the guarding and now you've got the tool changer. What does it mean?
Well, it means it's bringing people who normally do traditional small batches and small quantities in giving them the ability to be more efficient. You know, there are lots of people out there with Prototrack bed mills who are doing their work, quite satisfactory, good size control, all that sort of thing, but they have to be around for tool changing because it is a manual tool change facility. With the TMC, we're now adding the tool changers on. And, we talked earlier about robotics, but some people, their first step into moving into automation is to put a tool changer on the machine. But they're a little bit scared because some machines and controls are a little bit more complicated for that. But with the Prototrack, a tool changer is bringing them forward in what they can do and what they can machine and become more efficient.
Okay, now let's talk about this. I find this fascinating. This actually moves now to the centre of the machine. Now, what does this actually mean, Mike?
Well, this really means, Paul, that we can still use this machine as a manual machine, which I think is quite unique on a VMC type product. So if the guy comes into the shop with a plate that needs 2 holes on it, 100 millimeters apart, you don't have to be writing a program on the control to do that. You can manually, in X, Y and Z, move the machine, drill the hole, move it 100 millimeters using your digital readout, and then drill the next hole, party's done, and away. So you're not probably taking up an expensive VMC and having to set all your tools up and all that sort of thing. You can just still use it manually. The millwright could still get on here and make them little parts he needs to repair a machine or whatever.
Totally flexible. And I like the fact with the guarding, it means if there is any coolant flying around.
Your workshop is now going to be so clean, isn't it? Because it's all inside that environment. And you could add on your mist extraction and things like that make your work environment so much more pleasant to work in.
Okay, so we go from big to where we're going to finish this video on the small machine. Now, this is the 2-op. We've done loads of videos on these.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I go in machine shops and I just see these everywhere. I know why. They're portable, they're easy to use, they're small. But now they have the RMX control too.
Yeah, there was some feedback from customers that told us they liked the footprint of the RMX 2-op, but the control that was fitted had some limitations because it was made to fit in this space here. You could program it offline and you could take programs from CAD/CAM as you can with all the Prototracks, but there was a lot of people feeding us back that, I just like those extra features that you have on the bed mill, and now the TMC of course, on this small footprint machine as the 2nd op machine. So although we call it the 2-op, I think a lot of people are actually using it as the first op as well as the second op.
I've seen it, Mike.
Yeah,
I've seen it
yeah.
on numerous occasions. All of the 5 machines that we've spoken about here are going to be available to see in Huddersfield and also in Tiverton. And where's the other showroom? I'm just trying to think off the top of my
Huddersfield?
head.
Huddersfield,
Tiverton,
Nuneaton.
Nuneaton as well.
Yeah, Nuneaton.
There's a series of events, the 15th, 16th and 17th of November, and we'll put the details on the screen. You can see these machines, all of these machines in action at either of those facilities on either of those dates that we detail here. Thank you very much, Mike. As I said at the start of this, informative, absolutely
It's been a pleasure,
superb.
Paul.
Thank you.